This is the North Shore Community Association's podcast, October 18th, 2019. Hello, this is Max Cote, the NSCA Development Agent.
And Annie Lafrenière, the NSCA Programs and Communications Coordinator.
Today we will be exploring the Patient Navigator Program for people going to Quebec City for health services that would benefit from getting help from a person who provides personal support for navigating the challenges of receiving health care away from home.
For patients and their loved ones, this can be helpful as you undergo medical tests or treatments, as you find your way around the city, as you communicate with health personnel, and as you deal with medical decisions and emotions surrounding them.
After exploring the Patient Navigator Program, we will cover the local activities and events in your respective communities for the next few weeks. The Patient Navigator is a position that was created through the work of CHSSN, Community Health and Social Services Network, and the local networking partnership initiatives of Eastern Quebec. The Patient Navigator position stems from the launch of the travelforhealth.ca website and the associated hard copy travel toolkits available at the North Shore Community Association's offices. This toolkit instruments were put in place for English-speaking residents of eastern regions of the province, Gaspésie, Îles-de-la-Madeleine, Bas-Saint-Laurent, Côte-Nord, who are forced to travel to large metropolitan centers to receive specialized medical services.
The website and toolkits act as measures of reassurance for patients unfamiliar with the cities they are traveling to, providing detailed information regarding these often stressful visits, such as preparation, transportation support, hospital information, projected costs and refunds, lodging, financial assistance, as well as numerous other helpful tips. Furthermore, they also act as remedies to the common problem of many patients not being bilingual enough to communicate effectively with hospital staff, and more importantly, to understand crucial medical terminology.
The Patient Navigator will be the point person on the ground providing in-person support to English-speaking patients and their accompaniers traveling to Quebec City for specialized healthcare services, assisting them in navigating the different steps in the care pathway, as well as the informational, emotional, and logistic challenges the experience presents. This person links the patient to existing services as needed, facilitating access for patients and communications with healthcare staff, and works directly with different partners of the Quebec City health system.
Always having an open ear, friendly suggestions, and with a mandate to advocate for patient rights, the Patient Navigator also provides a lay of the city's unique physical and cultural landscapes.
The Patient Navigator duties include providing information to patients and their loved ones, family, friends, and community organizations.
The Patient Navigator will provide information to healthcare staff via the travelforhealth.ca website and toolkits.
This service will assist with logistics as needed, for example, arrival, orientation in the city and the hospital, lodging for patients and caregivers, visits, and possible translation.
The Patient Navigator can facilitate service provision, for example, by ensuring good communication between healthcare providers and patients, by supporting the translation of documents, by providing cultural context for care providers, by flagging issues that arise in the different institutions, and more.
The Navigator can provide support as needed to help deal with loneliness, fear, and other feelings raised by healthcare situations through active listening and refer elsewhere if needed.
The Patient Navigator can stand in for family escorts before they arrive so that vulnerable patients and unilingual persons are not left alone.
We'll keep the website updated regularly and maintain publicity regarding available services.
The Patient Navigator develops and supports a group of volunteers to assist with these tasks.
So Annie, who is Quebec City's Patient Navigator?
Well, that would be Steve Guimont. He was born in Chicoutimi. He has spent all but 2 years of his life living in the province. He's born from parents whose lineage was split equally between French and English-speaking ancestry. Steve and his family arrived in Quebec City several years ago from Montreal.
Okay, now to briefly recapitulate, if you are looking at having a health service in the near future in Quebec City and you would like some of these services to help you along, you should do one of these 4 things.
You can contact the sept-îles or baie-comeau's NSCA office for a complete toolkit, or go to the NSCA website and click on the Travel for Health icon.
You can also go directly to the Patient Navigator website at www.travelforhealth.ca or email navigator@qchfoundation.org or call 418-932-0095.
We would also like to remind you that if you speak English and want to receive health and social services in your own language, the NSCA can find an interpreter and accompaniment service on the North Shore. The liaison officer can welcome and inform you about available services. They can accompany the English-speaking clientele and act as a liaison from one service to another to ensure the continuity of service and act as an interpreter. A few days before your appointments, contact one of the 2 NSCA offices to book an appointment.
And now it's time for your community news, events, and reminders.
Both communities of Sept-îles and baie-comeau will have a Nuit des Sans-Abris activity tonight, October 18th, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. to create awareness of homeless youth on the North Shore. In Sept-îles, the activity will be held at the Musée Chapoutoine, 290 Laure Boulevard, and in baie-comeau at the park on Puy-Jalon Street. Animation, as well as warm beverages and information about homelessness on the North Shore will be offered.
As for the sept-îles Seniors Wellness activity on October 23rd, we will have a regular social with fun participation games from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. On the 30th of October, there will be a Halloween social and games afternoon. Costumes are encouraged. For more information, call Shelby Shatler at 418-968-3148.
Also in Sept-îles on Mondays from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m., we have a Stitch and Yarn activity. On Tuesdays from 10 to 11 a.m., we have low-key exercise classes for seniors, and on Fridays, 50-plus bowling from 3 to 5 p.m.
Baie-comeau High School would like to remind their community that it is holding a Remembrance Day poppy sale on Saturday, November 2nd at Walmart and will participate in the Remembrance Day activities at the Pioneers Park on Monday, November 11th at 11 a.m. We hope to see you there.
For children, there will be a toddler time activity in the Sept-îles NSCA office, 598 Laure Boulevard, Local 106, on Thursday, October 24th at 9:30 a.m. There will be a science experiment and other Halloween fun. The story time in port-cartier will feature Halloween-themed games on Saturday, October 26th at 10 a.m. in the Port-Cartier Public Library, 21 Rue des Cèdres in Port-Cartier. For all these activities, costumes are welcome.
For the general public in Port-Cartier, there will be a Family Feud Games Night at the Café Bistrot Associatif, Le QG, on Friday, October 18th at 7 p.m. You must reserve by contacting Mallory at 418-968-3148.
On October 30th at 6:30 p.m., Geneviève Philippe-Paré, speech pathologist, will be offering a workshop on bilingual education at the NSCA office in Sept-îles via video conference. Ms. Philippe-Paré of the Centre Mosaïque de Québec, will explore the best strategies for making joint reading fun and instructive. She will show what to look for when picking a book and tips to help support homework and school progress within a bilingual context. This workshop is aimed at parents, caregivers, and educators of preschool-age children and school-age children.
Okay, that is the end of this week's show. We would like to remind you to stay informed on our Facebook page, as all the activities are subject to change if unexpected situations arise. If you have any comments or suggestions on our show, you can email me at m.cote@quebecnorthshore.org. Tune in 2 weeks from now, where we will present another service and full of community activities on our beautiful North Shore.
A huge thank you to our sponsor for this show, the Secrétariat aux relations avec les Québécois d'expression anglaise.